What's up, world? It's the one and only DJ Sutle, and I have a lot of equipment. And that brings me to a great question that's been asked to me recently. When is a good time to upgrade your controller and DJ equipment? And why do I have so much stuff? We're gonna answer both questions right now.
Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real! Shit is real! Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real!
All right, once again, it's the one and only DJ Sutle Productions, in the brand new Sutle Productions office and studio space and bedroom. So yeah, over the years, I've accumulated a lot of different controllers, and you know, my fellow DJs are always asking, like, why do you keep buying so many controllers? And there's reasons why, and there's no reason why. I just like technology, I just like stuff. So right now we're going through the whole coronavirus quarantine and everything, and I've just been going through a lot of my old equipment, and I actually came across my very first controller, well, CD decks. So we're gonna go through every controller that I've been through and why I chose to upgrade to those particular models of controllers. And also answer the question, when should you upgrade to your next controller? So let's begin. All right, so the first one is, I can't believe this looks as good as it does. Found this in the garage today. It's my very first CD decks from Newmark. I guess it's got the Mix 05 mixer in the middle. Then you have your two TCD 05s on each deck. And I still have CDs in it. Matter of fact, it's one of my first mix CDs. Huh. But yeah, this is when I first started getting into DJing. But it has all your basic controls and everything. I guarantee it probably still works too. But spent my first few years as a DJ with this bad boy. Should probably put this in the Smithsonian. I mean, they're not, you know, turntables or anything, but for me, this was my start. So then I went on and I discovered DJ software, where I became involved with virtual DJ, and my first actual controller, I don't have it because I let someone borrow it and I never got it back. It was the Hercules RMX. I'll put a picture of it right there. But I think I let someone borrow it because I went and got a larger controller and I had that as my backup. So next up, we're gonna go to that controller that I got after the RMX. And the reason why I got that controller is because I wanted to, I guess, showcase that I wanted a piece of equipment that when you look at it, they're like, you know, when people walk up, they're like, he must be a DJ. Because the RMX is a very small, pretty small unit. So when I saw this, I was like, I wanna learn how to scratch and everything. And the RMX, you're not able to do that because the jog wheel is about that big. So next up is what I call the wife. This is the wife, the DDJ-SX. This is the first model. I actually got this on sale, actually, when these first came out, with like this and the flight case for a steel when these first came out. And we've been through hell and back together, and it's still one of my main boards that I use for events and weddings. But I noticed that the more gigs that I was getting, I was, you know, confined to smaller and smaller spaces. And I'm like, number one, I felt like I needed a backup and also another unit for small spaces and smaller gigs, or gigs where I knew I wasn't getting, you know, a lot of money to be lugging this and the flight case around. So I went and got a smaller unit just to compensate for the smaller spaces. So then I went and got the Pioneer DDJ-SB. This is the SB, right? Yeah. This is the first generation of SBs. Got this as a backup to my SX. before I found out about soft cases, about the advantages of a controller like this is it pretty much has everything that you need to do with the SX in a smaller, lighter form. Also, it is bus powered, so you don't have to worry about, you know, trying to find an outlet to power the unit. But we've had a couple miles on this one. I used to call this one that was the wife, this was a side chick. But currently there is a DJ that's looking into getting into DJing and out in Texas, and he's offered to purchase this from me. So you know, we're going to pass the torch along and pass this one along. So, you know, gonna miss him, but you know, you gotta do that. Now, hold up. This next one's a funny one, and I think this was just an impulse buy. But in doing weddings, I would find myself needing to do, you know, the ceremony space, and I would always use my laptop for everything. And I saw this next unit, and I saw that you can use it with a tablet. And there's, you know, DJ softwares that are compatible with the tablet and everything. So I got that. I think it's what's the name of the software? DJ. It's pretty much called DJ-AY. But it's like a free. Actually, I think there's a paid version too. I think I have the paid version to unlock all the tools and stuff. But put that on the tablet, put in like the ceremony music and everything. I get it. All I really had to do was just use my tablet. I didn't want to. I needed to feel like I had something, you know, in my hand to move in case I had to make any adjustments or anything at the drop of a hat. So I went and got the WeGo 4. And it's real, kind of similar to the SB. It's a different look, different feel. You can put the tablet right there. I used it a couple times, and then it just kind of sat around. The thing I like about this one though is it can be USB bus powered, or it can be powered with a power cord. Because you had your standby on and off. I actually was messing with it the other day to see if I still had it. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but for something really basic, it works like a charm. Then, because I love working with my SX so much, I wanted something that was similar to it but smaller. And a fellow DJ was selling his controller, and it was a steal. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to get that, just because you have to have backup to your backup to your backup. Learned that from my sister. Thanks, Dom. So I went and bought this SR from him, and pretty much has all the same functionality as the SX, but just in a smaller form. And by far, this is my favorite to work with, because I can do, you know, all my different events and everything and not worry about space. And that's a really big thing when you're working in bars and other venues for weddings and things like that. You don't have a lot of space, but love the jog wheels and everything. Now, and also with this, it is bus powered. Yeah, this is not DC powered. This is bus powered, and as far differences between this and the SB is that you have, you know, multiple different auxiliary ends. You have a booth out and your master out. With it, as far as the SB, you just have a master out, right? Let me check. Yeah, with SB, you just have the master out, and that's it. You don't have a booth out or anything. So this became my go-to controller for a while, but today we're going to say goodbye to it, as I'm letting this one go. So I'm looking into using my SX more and upgrading, and I'll tell you what I'm upgrading to. But we have one more controller to show you. Oh yes, there's more. This is my backup to my backup to my backup. The Numark DJ-to-go 2. And recently they just came out with a DJ-to-go Touch, which is pretty cool, but don't need it. So I started using this for just in case. And I just kind of keep it in my gig bag. Just in case anything happens to any of my controllers, I still have a backup. Even though, yes, you can technically DJ with just your laptop, but I just have to feel, I have to, you know, have my cue points and effects and mics and everything. And, you know, that's just how I am. I'm just a tech person. But so, yeah, this isn't going anywhere. This goes wherever I go, pretty much. So the question is, when do you feel, when is it a good time to upgrade your controller? Number one, I feel like this. If there's a controller that comes out and it helps minimize things that you're doing with another controller, and it helps you as far as your gigs. And it's pretty much breaking down and everything. It's starting to break down, go ahead and upgrade, because you don't want to be in a gig and something happens and then you don't have a controller. That's why I always, you know, I always tell DJs, I know you have backup laptops, have a backup controller too. You never know. It's happened. One of my controllers was on the fritz one day, and I just happened to have my other one in the car. Swapped them out, kept the party going. Now, the controller I'm looking at right now is the Roland 707M. This is why. I do a lot of karaoke events. You probably listen to my chain hit the microphone. I do a lot of karaoke events. And when I'm using my controller, I can't really utilize the microphones. Now with the 707M, you have 4 dedicated channels. Number one, it's in a compact size, has 4 dedicated channels, 2 dedicated microphones that has your high, mids, and lows. You can put vocal effects on the microphones. And you have a source out for weddings. You can, if you're doing like a cocktail hour in another room, it has a source out where I can use, I think you have like up to 3 auxiliary inputs where I can hook up like my Spotify, not karaoke, cocktail hour mix, and have that in a whole nother room. And I feel like I have to be in more than one space. That's all in one package. Now when I'm doing my karaoke events and things like that, I have a whole separate, I think it's like an 8 input mixer that's about that big. So you're putting that mixer plus the controller on a table, and it's like, it's just all this stuff going on. Now I could get I had a smaller mixer, but you know, some happened with the ground wire and then, you know. But having that compact size and all those tools in that one unit, it helps eliminate a lot of space issues for me and equipment issues for me, as far as, you know, instead of bringing in 3 bags, I'm bringing in 1 bag. So it saves time as well. So you always want to analyze what you need as a DJ and performer before you go in and upgrade your equipment. But, you know, I always preach have a backup. So my SX is going to essentially pretty much be my backup if I upgrade. Because I'm still waiting on it right now. Because right now there's no income coming in. You got to be smart with my money. But I was looking at the Pioneer 1000 I think SRT, but it's just big. That's the thing, that the size, you know, if I travel, you can't travel with it. I think with the airlines, you can only take a bag that's like 20-something inches long, and that's about 30. You know, when you have it in like a carry-on bag. I don't like putting my stuff in a flight case and trust the airline people to put it on the air. I just don't trust it. I don't. I think I did it once and everything's all messed up. But that's my take on when you should upgrade your controller. Honestly, do it when you feel it's really necessary. Like if there's something like as for me, the 707, it has everything that I need in one unit. So it makes sense for me. And I can have up to 4 mics plugged into that. And I can add vocal effects to all those channels. So that makes sense to me. But give me your thoughts. Which controllers you like, which controllers that you use, and what was it that made you upgrade to your next system? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you like this video, make sure you like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. Doesn't matter to me. And there will be more videos here to come. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Oh, and don't forget to make sure you clean your equipment and sanitize your microphones and wash your hands.